Hey guys, this is Kendall with BlackOvis, and today I'm really stoked to introduce to you the brand new Mystery Ranch. This is a Sawtooth 65 2025 model. A lot of really cool improvements. I just got back from my elk hunt and I had an opportunity to preview and utilize this pack, and I want to break down for you just the build, all the different features in this Sawtooth. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm sold on this new pack, and I love the new suspension system. So let's dive in. Since I do have this packed as if I was out on a hunt, I'm going to break down kind of how I'm storing items, give you some ideas and maybe some options, or get your mind thinking about how this pack might work for you. And then I'll talk a little bit about the pockets themselves once I kind of unload everything. So starting with the back, I am wicked stoked about this new pack from Mystery Ranch because they've gone back to a 5-piece belt system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces there versus the previous models, which had just a centerpiece and then 2 wings. That's what most pack manufacturers do, is they just do a 3-piece belt. Mystery Ranch years ago, I was probably, my first Metcalf was back when they had the nice frame, which was, let's call it 12 years ago. So it had the 5-piece belt, and me personally, for my hips and waist, I think the 5-piece belt is far superior than the 3-piece belt. I think it fits better, it conforms better to my hips and my waist. I absolutely love it. The foam on this is really soft. It has these little, I don't know if you can see, but these little circles. These are basically punch outs where you've got like air pockets and holes. So the foam has a little bit more like kind of softness to it. I am a little worried. Now I've only used this for 8 days, 7 days of hunting, 8 days of hunting. But I am just a little concerned that this fabric, time will tell how durable this is. I have seen it's been across the board in the past, but where some have been very, very durable, others have been a little bit more fragile, but pretty bomber, feels exceptionally well. On the shoulder straps themselves, same framing system as you've seen on all the Mystery Ranch, adjustable with the yoke here, up and down, and then the straps, of course, here. The interfacing with the pack, the pack is a little bit more elevated on the frame side. And then as far as removing and load carrying, unfortunately, I didn't kill an elk on this hunt, but same type of system where you've got the buckle right here, and this guy opens up, comes off the corner top of the pack, and easily go into meat hauling, meat shelf situation. Smaller waist belt buckle than what you've seen on other manufacturers, but these Duraflex buckles are extremely bomber. I do like the fact that it weaves back through right here, and this becomes just an easier on and off, zip using that lever, if you will, right there on the bottom of the waist belt. I run this insulated tube hose from Camelback. It's longer than it should be. Gonna definitely do some surgery on this, but it has these keepers right here on the shoulder straps. They're on both sides on the chest. As you can see on this one, the little toggle came undone, and I didn't really use that a lot, so I ended up just tying it off. And I just want to showcase that that's something that this thing in the past has been kind of hit or miss for me. Other manufacturers actually have like a webbing piece that goes on, or a Velcro, and I'll probably take that Velcro piece off of my old Mystery Ranch and just put it on here. It's a little bit of a kind of not a gimmick, but it's just a item that can fail at some point, and you can see that on the left-hand side it did. So interesting point there. On the back side, a couple of cool features. As you can see, I'm running my bugle tube on this left side. I would usually run this cinch strap a little bit looser than it is right here at the moment, so I'd probably run it like this, because that way I could reach over my shoulder and just drop that in, and so I just grab the bugle tube that way. That way I'm not carrying it, it's not slung around my neck. I do like that system, so I'll pull that guy out. And on the other side, I would run my water bottle in here. So sometimes I was running this strap, this compression strap through. This is kind of an elastic or soft material that stretches quite a bit. It's got a lot more elastic at the very top. So I was running my Nalgene bottle here because what I typically do is I'll run water out of the bladder, and then I'll have Nalgene with some electrolyte replacement or some, I use Element, and really love that stuff. So you can run that inside through that. You can run it on the outside over top this if you're not necessarily using that. Either way, just cool that you have two compression straps. The one thing about this other compression strap is it comes around the bottom of the zipper, so it crosses over the zipper. Now, in the whole week, the whole 8 days that we were hunting, I did not undo this zipper all the way down, so I didn't mind that this came across. This compression strap that comes around the side does cross the zipper, and I would undo this. The Sawtooth is a zipper that runs basically about I'd say 270 degrees. Starts up here, goes around the top, around the bottom, all the way to here. The cool thing about that, and I'll show you in 1 second, is how you can kind of lay it open, organize your gear, bring it on, and strap it up versus just piling stuff in from the top, if that's kind of your jam. One of the things you're seeing on this pack, the material it's not waterproof by any means, but these are waterproof zippers. It's not seam sealed, but this is a really highly durable Cordura, and it's got a little bit of like a waterproofing on the backside. You can see it's kind of like foggy, a little bit foggy looking versus the outside. That's got a little bit of a coating that's for obviously to keep yourself dry. This material on the outside, it's a little softer than those like waterproof duffels. This is called MYSTERIUM from, it's a new fabric from Mystery Ranch. I kind of chuckle because it sounds like something from X-Files or something like that. But MYSTERIUM is the name of this fabric. The mistake I made on this hunt is I forgot my my pack cover, and we had 2 days where we had rain, snow mix. And in spite of not having a pack cover, now we would dive underneath pine trees and hang out when it was really, really coming down. But I did not get wet. I got just a little bit of moisture in the bottom of my pack. And I don't know if that was coming top down or how it was coming in from maybe some of the seams, but really impressed at how much moisture this pack took on, and that was the only thing that happened. The cool thing about this front pocket too is you can adjust. You can undo these buckles. It comes with it coming on this. I moved it up because I can carry my bow. A lot of times I will carry my bow on the pack if I know I'm hiking in a long distance. I don't want to carry it. But B, I just like that having a little bit more distance between the two of them. This front pouch is zips all the way open like so. I would run my my trail saw in there, and then my trekking poles. Oftentimes I'm not using my trekking poles, but like I said, if I'm putting my pack on and I put my bow on my pack, I'll use my trekking poles to hike with. But a lot of times if I'm just hunting out of camp, like we ended up doing a few days, trekking poles is the highest form of optimism, expecting I'm going to pack out. But I was running my trekking poles in here. You could run a spotter in here. You could run a tripod in here. I assume that's why they built that. Pretty cool. Inside here, another little pocket for organizing and storing random stuff. You could put a headlamp in there. Maybe your I don't know, an extra knife or whatever the case may be. Kind of a cool little pocket. I didn't use it on this particular hunt because knowing my trekking poles, my saw were in there. That's the only thing I had. Kept that thing buttoned up. But again, moving, you want to customize it, move these up and down based on your use case. And you can move, up and down to the bottom and top. Or you just remove them. If you flat out just, hey, I don't need them, go ahead and remove them and don't have to take them with you. In the top of the pack, these straps, if you don't run these straps, you kind of get this movement of the pack going back and forth, but you can see running these top straps compresses that and brings it in. Now you can expand these quite a bit if you've got the pack really loaded and it's coming up really high like this. Obviously unload those and that's going to come over the top like that. But on the very, very top, I've got a pocket here. This is, I've got some TP and wet wipes in here. Extra Ziploc because I was shooting sage grouse, so I'd put the meat in there. When I do that, love sage grouse. Extra pair of gloves. I got this is the San Juan from BlackOvis. Those would always just stay in there because I was running the Ascent gloves. And then I got some snacks, which I guess I'll eat for lunch today. Looks pretty dang good. So this is kind of a nice pocket. The cool thing is here is on the inside of this. This is I'll turn this around and show you. This is a mesh inside. So you've got mesh access. You can kind of see what's going on. but it just lightens it up so it's not a full layer of cordura. So that mesh is kind of nice. Another little snack in there. So that's the second. You've got 1, 2, 3 pockets before I've even gotten inside the pack. So let's dump this pack. As far as day hunting, you know, I was day hunting. This is not, at 65 liters, it's about 4,000 cubic inches, just shy of 4,000 cubic inches. It's a good size pack. You could stack it up. Now I cinch down typically the bottom straps. It's got the Mysterium on the very bottom. And that's probably why I was staying dry when I was setting the pack down. But you can, I cinch these down a little bit because I don't like when I'm day hunting, basically it turns into a pear, so the bottom of the pack becomes big, and it kind of looks like it because I really wasn't that attentive to it. But typically I will cinch that down so it's very compact and tight. So to that end, if you're unzipping everything, as far as pack, like stuff, let me pull all this stuff, I'll kind of show you what I was using in here. This is just a butt pad from Stealthy Hunter, and then I got my down jacket I would have loose in here, and the very bottom of my pack I'm running my Sitka rain gear. I got the dew point jacket and pant, super lightweight, and I run those inside of a stash sack, and usually I just run that at the very bottom of the pack. This also becomes a nice little pillow for when I'm taking a little nap on the side of the hill. And then on the inside, I'm going to open this up. The zip, and there's tie down spots. You also have to undo the bottom. You can see all that material that was taken up because I've cinched that down. So I've cinched that down here, and so all this material is taken up. But if I was to undo these and loosen this up, you can see how much more expansion you get. And there's some lockdown points right here. Same as the side, but if you unzip this entire thing, Sawtooth, just like every other Sawtooth, Sawtooth is just a phenomenal pack. I mean, I'm kind of regretting I've never used this in the past, or I haven't used this before, but it opens up, and you've got another pocket here. So I'm running, what I got in here? Oh, my SteriPen right there, filtering water. I would run my extra headlamp in there. You've got another pocket here. Because I was primarily going top down, I didn't really use this bottom pack. But if you're going to really go in and you're packing in, let's say you're going to do like a 3-day hunt, couple nights, you're going to want to open this pack all the way up like this. And you can see, I mean, this gives you access to everything. It's got these side wing pockets. So you've got 3 on the outside, 4, 5 pockets, 6 on this side. Got my kill kit, my game bags here. And that's all that's in this one. And 7, I've got this is my kind of my do everything bag. It's mostly first aid, extra headlamp, fire starting, but this is kind of like the security, when stuff hits the fan. So that's 7 different pockets organizing, plus the hydration sleeve. The Sawtooth, just as an overall pack, is phenomenal. But this new 2025 version with the Mysterium, the coated cordura, and then I didn't just forgot about it, but I didn't even set up the waist belts. And you've got on the waist belt itself, you got a little bit of that Mysterium fabric, and you've got attachments for putting like a bag, and I'll do that certainly because I'll be using this pack for the rest of the season and into 2025. But brand new Sawtooth 65. I really love this pack. This is, I think, man, I think this might rival my love affair with the Mystery Ranch Metcalf. So if you like additional organization, you want, and if you don't really need a rain cover, I mean, you might want to take a rain cover, but if it's really coming down, but 2 days of rain, basically dry, this thing held up extremely well. So brand new 2025 Mystery Ranch Sawtooth 65. This is how I used it. This is a breakdown of features. Hopefully it's been interesting and useful as you're trying to decide what pack's the right pack for you. You can find this on blackovis.com. Give us a call. Drop us a line. We'd love to help you get in the right gear for your next hunt.